Hello everyone, this is Thomas Pepin NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin and let's play some NHL. So we're on episode 3, excuse me, of season 1. So we finished 12 games so far. We're 6-2-4. And just to recap a couple of things, so I ran into problems with the salary cap. I didn't plan for injuries, and so as a result, we can't bring up the players we need to bring up because cap complications, basically. And we have to double shift some of our defensemen here, so I'll show you. If you saw last stream, you would have seen this, but for example, we've got Slavin on our first and third line, and so we have to double shift them because we can't pull anybody up to fill in the lines because of how much we spent on the cap. So thankfully, so some of this stuff, it's basically in the description for the stream. So thankfully, we have some forwards right now that are not performing well. So Riley Smith has 3 points in 12 games, very poor. Arvidsson, 5 points in 12 games, not as bad, but still not very good. Nugent Hopkins, 4 points in 12 games, not very good. And where we left off from last stream, we simmed through the Boston game there. We didn't see the result because I had to do line changes because of injuries, and I didn't want to waste your guys' time to see me do all that. So it turned out being a shootout loss. And after that, with the injuries we had, which right now include Parisi, Theodore, and Person, which is a defenseman that we had pulled up to fill, I think it was Theodore's spot. I can't recall now. But anyway, so we've got a number of injuries, no cap space to really use. And so that's why we've run into trouble. And with the line combinations, given the performance we've had from some of these players, we've shifted around the lines a little bit. I've decided to put Scheifele down to the third line. So he's got 12 points in 12 games, which doesn't make sense to have him there. But Draisaitl is performing better. Giroux, because he's not performing as well, I want to keep him where he is. Also, the line fit's not that good for the rest of the lines, whereas Scheifele, he's a bit more flexible. Going to the third line. Hughes, not so bad, 10 points in 12 games. Marchessault, 11 in 12, pretty good. Buchnevich, 7 in 12, kind of mediocre. So basically the plan is to kind of spread out the performance to hopefully get multiple players going, and then we're going to run this for 10 or so games, see what the result is, and if the underperformers are still playing poorly, then we're going to trade them. Maybe not all of them. So for example, I'm probably going to keep Nugent Hopkins even if he plays poorly because he can fit well in multiple lines and his trade value's high. Oh, and he's got good cap hit, many years remaining. So a good player to have, whereas these guys don't have that good of value. 3 years for like what you're getting per dollar spent is not very good. 2 years, and likewise with the performance. So anyways, that's kind of the plan. Not where we want to be at in a lot of respects. Also, we can't rotate the three goalie tandem as I want. And I can't recall who's supposed to be starting this game because auto rotations on for the goalies. So let's see if we can figure out from team performance here. So 9-2-1, we would have played the worst goalie, the better goalie. So yeah, Wedgwood's supposed to be in for this game based on performance so far. What's next? Uh, do do do. Yeah, so basically reevaluate in about 10 games. I think it's going to be exactly 10 games. And yeah, make trades from there. We'll have a look at some trade targets and things like that, kind of evaluate them, and then go from there and pull off some trades. I might pick up another defenseman because I wanted one extra guy in depth. So where Goligoski's going to be our seventh defenseman, but we'll figure that out as we go. Depends on who's available, how well they've been performing, the trade value and things like that. And yeah, because we might be able to get more players depending on how much we have to give up. But yeah, we'll figure that out as we go. So let's get to our normal procedure. So everything I do manually. So I just have to review all the steps in my process here. So everything is all good here. Good here. Injuries we saw and the line combinations are all fixed. Rotate goalies we did. And I think on stream I did this, but I'm just going to double check about scouting assignments. No, so not everybody's assigned. So I think I did this on stream at game 10, but I don't know for sure. Let's see what information we have. So we've done strengths and weaknesses, I think. We'll have to do potential, I guess. And one thing, just as a reminder, I forget if I said this previously, after you assign your scouts, make sure you click on the correct button for confirm assignment. If you just hit back, it doesn't actually save the assignment. So just something to remember that I've often forgot and still sometimes do forget. So that's, I believe, all of our tasks. I hope I'm in the right file. Just give me a second, I'm going to double check here. Yeah, I'm nearly certain. because those backups wouldn't be there. And we can double check from the assigning of scouts. Good. Okay, so we should be all good. We're ready to go on through. So we got a win. Do we have any other injuries? No. Oh, we're actually not that far off from getting Theodore and Person back, actually. I mean, hopefully no more injury problems with defense, especially. Just so we don't have to do any of these edit lines things on the stream. Because when we have to double shift players, well, and pull people back, I'll have to do computer best lines and then go and edit them completely because I do all the lines by myself. So, anyways, I just hope that I don't have to do that multiple times. That'd be annoying. So where are we at with performance? 7 games, 1 assist, +1, not bad. 4 points, 13 games, that's better, +1. 4 points, even. 13 games. So if anybody's out, it's Rask, it looks like. Now the question is, yeah, Preezy's definitely a better choice. So we'll get Preezy in. I hope this doesn't screw up all the line stuff. I don't think it does. Sleeve in. Let's just make sure the lines are all correct. I think so. Cool. Okay, so let's get back to process. That's all good. That was an away game, so don't really need to do anything. Good. We already saw about injuries, but just to make sure I didn't forget anything. Rotate goalies was done. No. So we want Wedgwood back in. Um, doo, doo, doo. Good. And I think that's it, so we can save. So just for reference, because it shows up here. So we sit second in the division. I mean, basically with a point about a point of room, which is good. Fan happiness 93. That's something I meant to touch on. Just about our owner goals here. So we're supposed to have 94. Oh, and that's evaluated at the end of the season. So we need to be at 94 at the end. I thought it was just hit it at any point, but that makes sense. As a reminder, we're supposed to make round 3 of the playoffs, which seems a bit ridiculous, but whatever. And that's a primary goal. We're supposed to be that good. And then 95% of seasons tickets, we should be able to do that, no problem. But yeah. The other thing, just before we proceed, is just quick review of our performance for revenue. So 6 total revenue. Now keep in mind we might have fewer games than some of these teams here, so that might be slightly misleading. How are we doing? Game ticket? Not so well. So it must be number of games, I'm guessing. Concessions were 4th, which means that, so that's one of the ones that I auto assign just because I've played around with it and it doesn't seem to have any clear rhyme or reason. So I just let the computer do that. But clearly it works, so that's good. Merchandise, we're 2nd. Same thing, I auto assign that, so that's great. Parking. So that, yeah, the fact that our parking's so low, well, for one, we only have the one parking option, but also it must mean that we've played less games. Season ticket revenue is less. And stadium age, I don't know if that really is anything important. So anyways, long story short, pretty much right on target, it looks like, for everything. Probably won't review this often, but just wanted to do it at the beginning to kind of see where we're at. And my strategy of just letting the computer do 2 of the price setting things. So seems to make sense. And again, I mean, I would do it if it was clear what you're supposed to do, but it doesn't seem like there's any obvious influence I would have on the performance of those types of revenue. So just let the computer do it. So anyways, that's just an update on those for interest's sake. And I think we're ready to keep going. Shootout win against Vegas, so we're on a bit of a roll, 7-0-3 in the last 10, so not bad, we'll say. Oh, wrong button. So everything's still good. Again, just a reminder, I changed, that was a home game, I'm pretty sure. I only do the maintains when it hits 50, and then I kind of schedule it with other things as well. Sorry, I was looking at things at the same time as talking. So yeah, those don't have to do anything yet. Just wanted to remind about my strategy with those. Prices done. Injuries, I doubt there's anything that would have came up probably. Person can come back on the 13th. We're the 11th right now, so And I'm not bringing him back partially healthy, especially because he's not that great of a player, at least from his ratings and stuff. Injuries. Goalies is supposed to be Wedgwood still, which is good. Lions are good. So we should be set. Oh, and just a reminder, seeing me do the saving manually, I don't have it auto-save because oh shoot, there's back-to-back, I gotta fix that. So, yeah, I don't want auto-save because let's say I forget to do something obvious like I forget to dress a player or do a roster move, and it's like a very critical thing that you would never miss in real life because you'd have many staff managing things. Um, yeah, I save it manually, so if I have to go back, then I can just go back to the previous save. Oh, I just noticed something. So, remember from first and second stream, I believe I touched on it in second stream, about the lottery draft picks to try to get what's his name? What's his name? WHL Bedard. um, so, anyways, how I traded teams that are supposed to be poorly performing to hopefully get the lottery pick, and one of them I have is Coyotes, which are 1-10-2. Probably the absolute worst, yes, by a large margin, so that's very good news. Another one we have is Buffalo, currently last in the Atlantic, which is also good news. And Chicago, actually middle of the pack right now, which is surprising, but that can happen. So let's just cross our fingers that they dip. If not, we can always trade that later. But good start for our lottery picks. Now we got to figure out about this here. So, as a reminder, we put the better goalie against the worst team, worst goalie against the better team. My strategy is get points in the bag where you can, hopefully. Of course, you could lose, but yeah, get points in the bag and then just hope that your backup can win against harder teams. So this one, I mean, the teams are very comparable, but clearly we're going to put Wedgwood with Pittsburgh, and then we'll rotate for Vancouver. And I did do everything else, I think, so we should be good to go. Cool. Lost, no good. What are you doing, Wedgwood? Upgrade and maintain, we're still good. Prices, we should still have sellouts. Great. Parking is just shy of sold out, which is fine. I still do the auto assign for these and click on the button, even though I probably don't need to, because I think it stays the same throughout the season, but yeah, I still press it anyways. Price is done. Injuries, there shouldn't be any. The other guy's not healthy yet. Rotate goalies. And I could check about the performance of some of these players, but I'm not going to bother. because I'm going to just execute on the trades no matter what once the time comes up. So lines are done. All that's done. Good, so we're good to save. Now, one thing I was just thinking about, I don't know what the strategy is going to be about trading away any of the bad picks. So, for example, the Blackhawks there. If I need to trade it away, if I should trade it at the deadline. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. So it makes sense to actually do it at the draft, and the reason is, for one, you've got time. So the one thing that sucks about the draft day is that you're put on a clock to do all your trades. But I could do it that day because the value's still going to be high, and I'll know about the lottery pick. Um, because in theory, I mean, you could still be relatively, um, you could have poor odds of getting the lottery and then win it. So really, there's no point in trading it away because it's still more percentage towards the lottery odds. So I think that kind of answers the question. Oh, and by the way, we're top of our division now, which doesn't make sense. We just had a loss, but anyways, I guess everybody else lost. Um, I think we're tied for first in the league right now. Yeah, we are. Depending on the next division there. No, so we're second. Capitals have first there. Um, anyways, we did everything. I think we're good to go. I should say I'm a bit of a checker, like uh, obsessive compulsive, not brutally obsessive compulsive, but I am a bit of a checker, so I always hesitate to, sim through things. But anyways, I think I did it all. Person's healed. We will wait before we do anything. Another win. Good news. 9-3-4. So that's a pretty good record to start. It didn't look that great at the beginning of the season, but now it doesn't look. Looks like we're right on target. So just because he's back, how many games are we at? 16, so not yet. Just because he's back healthy, I want to do all the rest of the steps first before we sim through those off days. I don't think there's any particular rhyme or reason for why, but that's what I feel I should do. Sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out. Good news. So no changes required. Just shy of capacity. I'm crazy and I'm going to press the buttons again anyways. So that's done. Injuries. That's the reason why. So I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything that makes it where I shouldn't put him in yet. Or something going on. Okay, so that's all good. We have to edit lines. So I think I'm just gonna save first. Again, I don't know exactly why, but that's what I'm gonna do. Um, okay, so we need to. I think this is where that glitchy thing is going to be annoying, but we'll see. So we have Rask is no lines. Is there a way to do this? So I'm just going to try something here. Oh yeah, Theodore's almost healthy too, eh? The player you are substituting. Yeah, so it's going to make me do that stupid thing. Okay. Oh, maybe I've... Is there a way I can do this? I'm going to try one other thing just to see if there's going to be some weird workaround. To make this work. This might have worked actually. I'm going to cross my fingers. I hope this does work. Substitute. Extra lines. Smith. Oh, it'd be really good if this works, because otherwise it's really frustrating. That doesn't work. It is being substituted will no longer be on any lines. That's not correct. Okay, let's try this another way. Ooh, I think this might have worked actually. Do I even want this guy playing up in the NHL? Nah, I guess good enough for now. Okay, so that's good. Now, no. Then who was it that Crazy? Slavin, yeah. No, it's gonna force us to do this. Oh, that sucks. So I am gonna have to do all the lines manually. That's super annoying, but that's how it is. So thankfully I did record all the lines ahead of time, so I just gotta go through my the things that I recorded here. So that goes there. Hughes goes here. Dreisaitl. Chnevich goes there. Marchessault. Scheifele. Smith, Arvidsson. We had Parisi, Stepan, and Perry. Actually, no, I won't do that yet. I was going to take a look at these guys' performance, but we're okay. We want Slavin, Pareko, Giordano, Montour, Person shoots right. We'll have him on the right. That's good. This is Chnevich. Dreisaitl. Arvidsson. Whoops. Marchessault. And Slavin. Actually, this is something I should update. Who's playing best right now in defense? That's 11 and 16. 5 and 16, not very good. 1 and 16, even worse. Giordano 7 and 16. 7 and 16. Huh. So, what do we do? And Montour's not playing well. Pareko's got 5. Man, I think Goligoski's going to get onto a power play line. That's not, it's not exactly what we wanted, but he's playing better than the rest. And the reason I'm choosing him over Giordano is shot accuracy. So then we're actually going to change our defense lines to match. So Montour's going to go down, Goligoski up, Montour goes to right. Cool. Then we want back here. So it's going to be Goligoski. Who else? Nugent Hopkins, Giroux, Shifley. And Hughes. Now, should we... He's got 88, 87. Huh. Well, he can play right D. Yeah, so we'll just do that then. Okay, and then next is Chnevich, Draisaitl, this is Slavin, Marchessault, then we have Giroux, Shifley, Shifley, Hughes, and Goligoski. So again, sorry for this tedious stuff, but I manage the lines manually, so it's part of the joys. And hopefully, just fingers crossed that we don't have any other stupid injuries before I do all the trades, and then this stuff won't ever happen. It'll all be line changes once every, I think, 10 or 20 games or something like that. So not as annoying as it is right now. Okay, so... should we change this? So... Buchnevich. Draisaitl. Shifley's third line, and then Nugent Hopkins is first. So maybe do that first. Let's do that first. So Nugent Hopkins, Shifley. Then it is Buchnevich, Draisaitl. Oh, wait. That's the reason why. Whoops. So Buchnevich, Draisaitl, and it's because we don't have the best defense on the first line. The reason is because they play the most, so we'll get them on second or third line. We have second best line, I think we'll put here. Giordano. Should we put the third line? Yeah, let's put third line. So that was Person and Montour. And then this one is Hughes Giroux. Oh wait, no, Hughes Giroux's last. This is Nugent Hopkins, Shifley. And it's Giordano, Goligoski. And then Hughes, Giroux, Slavin, Pareko. Then we reverse that Slavin Pareko with Shifley. Draisaitl with Person and Montour and Giroux with, wait, is that right? Yeah, okay. Actually, we should have these guys in the last one. Ah, shoot. Huh. don't like that -2, but whatever. If it's gonna apply to anybody, it's no big deal to lose 2 points from these guys. That's good. Then Buchnevich, Draisaitl. We'll do second line first. Giordano, Goligoski, and then what was the wrong one? Nugent Hopkins Shifley, Nugent Hopkins Shifley. So that's good. And then Giroux Hughes. We'll have Slavin, Pareko, Person, Montour, it is Marchessault. Oh, should I have done that differently then? Yeah, so we're going to switch to Marchessault. Yeah. And then Buchnevich here. And then now Marchessault's back. Good. And then yeah, Giroux Hughes with Slavin, Nugent Hopkins, Shifley, and Goligoski. Good. Wedgwood's back in. The only other thing is power play. Yeah, exactly, because they changed this. That's stupid. So it goes Draisaitl's finisher, puck carrier's Draisaitl. Passer is Buchnevich. Good. And then who's better at shooting? 90, 93. Looks like it's Shifley. Yeah. So it's actually good that Shifley's on this line then. Oh, and I want to see about puck carrier. So D-King. Puck control. So 93, 92. So it's Hughes. Finisher is Shifley. And passing is so 90, 89, 88, 90. Come on. 92, 91, 90. 92, 91, 90. So it's Hughes. Hughes, Shifley, Hughes. Good. So lines finally complete. I just cross our fingers there's no more injuries and stupid things I have to deal with before I do my trades. I could do my trades already, but I want to be sure about the performance before I go and do anything. Okay, so let's just make sure. Good. Good. He comes back in 2 days. Goalies we checked. Lines are good. So we can save. Okay. 16 games. Another win, good news. We'll wait to do this till we go through everything as normal. Good. We don't need to do anything here. Injuries should be clear. Edit lines. Goalies are good. Then now we have more changes. Okay, so person comes out, Theodore in. Now, Theodore was 1 goal, 1 assist in 9 games, so not bad. 7 and 17, 8 and 17, so it looks like Goligoski's staying up. He's a left shot, left shot. We'll have Theodore on his off wing. He still have 5 and 17. He's plus 12. Maybe spread out some of the defense. So maybe by switching this, we can get everybody running. I like that idea. Plus 2, minus 6, geez. All right. So that's all good. And we won't put Theodore on any of the power play stuff yet, because we just want to see that he deserves it first. So we went with Theodore. Oh, wait. First penalty kill, we'll put Montour Giordano. Second, we'll put Slavin. Theodore. Third, we'll put Goligoski. Pareko, maybe not. So let's see if there's any negatives here. So Goligoski, Pareko, Goligoski, Pareko. Okay, so they're definitely second line. First line, therefore, is Giordano, Montour, and Slavin. Theodore. Awesome, so no negatives then. No positives either, but I'd rather just no negatives. So number 1 is Shifley, Slavin, Theodore, Giordano, and is it Montour? Goligoski and Pareko. Yikes. I guess Shifley's going to... So let's do Shifley, Goligoski, Pareko on the first then. And Draisaitl, Slavin, Jeez. Draisaitl. So it's going to be the same. Well, it's better Draisaitl to be -2. And then Giroux. Giordano. And Montour. So that's good. This one. Slavin. Theodore. Montour. Giordano. So that means Goligoski and Pareko here. Chinevich, Marchessault, Hugh, Giroux, Slavin. That's fine. Good. So I think we're done now. Just double check goalies. That's good. Save. And should I write these down? I just don't want to have something stupid happen with injuries where I have to go and redo this and not have a reference point. We're at 17 games. Yeah. Just in case, as annoying as it is, I should write this down, so just bear with me to do that. So Nugent Hopkins, Giroux, Hughes, Marchessault, Draisaitl, Buchnevich, Smith, Scheifele, Arvidsson, Parisi, Stepan, Perry. It is Slavin, Theodore, Goligoski, Pareko, Giordano, Montour. Draisaitl, Arvidsson, Marchessault, Slavin. I think power play lines remain the same. Penalty kill changes, so that's Buchnevich. No, it's Marchessault, Draisaitl, Giordano, Montour. Nugent Hopkins, Scheifele, Goligoski, Parayko. And then it's Slavin, Theodore, Giroux, Hughes, Scheifele, Goligoski, Parayko, Draisaitl, Slavin, Theodore, Giroux, Giordano, Montour, Chnevich, Draisaitl, Goligoski, Parayko, Hughes, Giroux, Slavin, Theodore, Nugent Hopkins, Scheifele, Giordano, Montour, Chnevich, Draisaitl, Marchessault, Hughes, Giroux, Slavin. Good. Cool, so we should be good now. Let's just all pray that we don't have any more stupid problems with injuries. Shootout, loss. We're okay. We're getting close to maintenance required. We should have near or at capacity, yes. Same for parking. Auto assign. Auto assign. Oh, I meant to check something. Okay, so that's good. Injuries should be nothing. Goalies we keep the same, but still have to double check that the game doesn't change it on us. Good. Lines are good. What game are we at? 18? Good. We can save. Sim. Another win. That's good. 11, 3, and 5. Not a bad record. Upgrade and maintain. Still not yet. Prices are still good. Yep. Parking same. I won't even bother with those. Injuries should be nothing. Goalies, they did rotate on us, which we're not doing yet. Lines were not changing. 19. Save. Oh, just a comment right now. So things should be, so once we have all the trades done and we don't have to worry about all the cap stuff. Uh, the stream should go by quicker with some of this simming of the games. It's just it's those line editing the lines. I wouldn't have to do it as often if we didn't have all that annoying stuff. But anyways, another win, 12-3-5. Hey, not bad. We're at 20 games, so do I do it yet? Ooh. This is tough because if I sim through the game, I might regret it. Let's do some math. 0.25 times 82 is 20.5. So technically I should do one more. I hope I'm not going to live to regret it. But we'll see. Alright. Upgrade and maintain nothing. Prices. Good, 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 good. Now one thing just something I meant to comment on earlier, you'll notice the fan feedback's unhappy, neutral, unhappy, 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 parking, unhappy. It doesn't matter if you're selling them, that's all that matters. Because we're making up all the happiness elsewhere. So amazing feedback on most of the other things here. Concessions, neutral, across the board pretty much for concessions. So, and then we're winning. So if you take a look at the fan happiness, we're at 95. So it's just the balance of everything you need to have where everybody's happy, owner's happy. So really just the priority is winning pretty much. And then as long as everything else is, normal, you can jack the prices up till you're at capacity. And then as soon as you have it where you're losing fans at capacity, that's where you want to decrease your price till you're always at capacity, basically. And like I said, a weird thing about the game is when you're on the line of the correct pricing, you'll be at capacity on wins, you'll be below capacity on losses. So if you can strike that balance where you're always at capacity on wins, and then you're just below capacity on losses, then you know that you're pretty much at the ideal ticket price. So anyways, just wanted to comment on that stuff. Now I forget where I was at. So we did the prices, we did upgrade and maintain. I don't think I looked at injuries, but it should be okay. Goalies. Hopefully it's good. So thankfully, the other thing actually, since the beginning of the season, we haven't had the scenario when we need to have all three goalies in rotation. So in the end, now that we can do the trades after this next game, we didn't negatively impact the overall management strategy. So thankfully that's the case. Then next we save. Fingers crossed, guys, no injuries in this game that make it complicated. I don't think we'll have it, but because it would have to be like 2 injuries. We have 1 injury. Is it Murphy's Law that everything goes bad? I think Parisi's been the best performer. 8 points, 6 points, 7 points. So Parisi comes up. Now, this might get undone right away pretty much, but it doesn't matter. It's just a quick fix anyways. So Rask comes in. I don't think there's any other line changes that need to be made. So good news, except for the loss, but that's okay. Then do the normal procedure, and then we'll get to our trades potentially, but in all likelihood, because the trend was not looking very good. So notice how we lost the games and we were still at. Oh wait, no. We were away, so never mind. That's not the case. So that means we actually don't even need to do this. Injuries, we just have Smith, which is probably getting traded, so that's no big deal. We need goalies. Which is good. Before I go and save, I'm going to do the scouting because that was on the list of things to do. So again, for scouting, if I think I said it before, but if I didn't, I do it every 10 games. I just review to see if it needs to be done. And in this case, it does. Actually, where are we at for these guys? Owen Nolan is the similar style. He hasn't played in the NHL for years. You'd have to know your historic hockey for that to make any sense. Maybe there might be later draft picks that are worth actually taking. Or I mean like, third overall kind of things. Huh. It's going to be interesting because look, he's got some X Factor stuff and he straight A's pretty much for everything. Huh. Interesting. He's ranked 7th. Huh. Well, how much information do we have on the rest? So, looks like potential's not completely done. So we'll do that. Save. This guy's name is Nolan, but he's a goalie. Do potential again. Confirm. So player type. He's franchise. Huh. Another Owen Nolan. So I might actually keep my first overall picks because if I can get a couple of franchise players, like geez, that would be pretty outstanding. What was it? It's just style I need to check. Let's check the rest. We might as well do him too. Alright, and what do we know about him? Pretty much everything. Skills assessment. Okay, we might as well do character assessment. I don't think we did that. We're only doing one player for that group. That's that. And I am going to go back to this scouting because I want to see something. Oh, because this might be the year before Bedard. Ew. No, it isn't. It shouldn't be. So he's in WHL. Whoops. Yeah, so he is. So that means we've got two franchise guys. Man, I might actually turn out using my picks. That would be crazy. If I could get a couple of franchise guys to add in at entry level contracts, man, what a team would I have. But don't get ahead of yourself, Thomas. Where are we at for this game? Oh, look at Coyotes. Check this out. Wait, I'll save. Did I save already? I don't know. I'll save again. But take a look at the Coyotes, what their wins are, or their points, whatever you want to talk about. So, Coyotes, 7 points. They're like, it's not even close to the bottom. So, 18, 14's next closest, 15, 17. So it looks like we got a guaranteed, I mean, we're only a quarter of the season, but that's nearly locked that we're going to get at least those draft lottery odds. Blackhawks have dipped, but they're still kind of in the middle. So still a decent pick. Then Sabres are 15, so that's the second worst. Ho ho ho, baby. Looking good. So we might actually take both picks and then trade the Blackhawks, but we'll see. We'll kind of figure that out later. Oh, that would be so dope. Okay, so all that's done. Now, what I am going to do is make another separate save of this. Reason being is just in case, 'cause sometimes with trading stuff, you make a mistake and then a trade goes through and it's actually not what you wanted to have go through. So we'll save a duplicate just in case. We probably won't need it, but I do that, yeah, just to make sure that there's nothing stupid happens where you screw up or whatever. And we still got half an hour left in this stream, which is good, so we should be able to get the trades done and maybe a bit more simming. We're at 21 games. And you know what? Just for interest's sake, let's take a look at our standings, because I think we're in first overall, but no, not quite. So Edmonton, what do we have? Where's points? Oh, it is right there. So we're tied for third, essentially. It's Philly, God knows how. Edmonton kind of makes sense. They have Matthews in the trade that we did earlier. But otherwise, I mean, we had a bit slow of a start, and we're starting to get on a roll. So don't be surprised if we're not first in no time. Uh, yeah, otherwise, maybe a couple other surprises. LA, Ottawa, pretty high. Winnipeg, not too crazy. I mean, we gave them a couple important players. Philly's a big surprise. Washington, maybe slightly higher than expected, but, still kind of normal. Um, Anyways, so next we need to figure out how bad are those players doing? Well, how is our team doing in general? So Draisaitl, clear standout. Marchessault doing great. Our current line is Marchessault and Buchnevich, and so he's gone up in his performance with Draisaitl. So all three are doing great. Scheifele's doing still good on a third line. So Scheifele needs to move up. Giroux doing poorly. Hughes doing poorly. Arvidsson actually has moved up in performance, but Scheifele's probably helped. Nugent Hopkins has been playing on the first line. He's been playing like garbage. So it's tempting to actually move him. Because of all people, he's the one that's performed the worst. I mean, given his expectations. Wasn't expecting that. Perry and Parisi, fourth line players playing perfectly at expectations. Parayko's about the same. How's our defenseman doing too, since we're at it? Slavin's doing great. Goligoski's still doing good. He was left in second line with Parayko, so that actually makes sense. Giordano has stayed the same. Theodore's picked up a couple points, so that actually is working out well. Theodore and Goligoski. Giordano still positive. Montour has increased his performance slightly, but so he is not. How many years does he have? 2 years. So he's going to be a quick trade anyways. So I might trade him depending on what's out there. Smith is a guaranteed trade. Look at that. 4 points, 21 games, getting paid 4.775. Definite trade. Stepan, by the way, doing decent. Person got a goal in one of the games that he had to stay in. And Rask is fine for depth. So we might trade Montour. I'm going to write this down. So we got Montour, Smith, guaranteed Smith trade. So I shall write him first. So Smith. And just think we're, third in the league, and we've got these massive underperformers. Oh yeah, Nugent Hopkins is the other guy. I think so he's played first line, third line, and has done nothing, both cases. If we get Scheifele up, that should fix the first line, I don't know if he'll actually be on it, but in any case, if you move him up from the mix of the lines, it should work. So it goes Smith, and then Montour almost certainly. Then Nugent Hopkins probably in the end, which kind of sucks, but seems to be like he's not fitting. So, he's had lots of opportunities. He's been on power plays, penalty kills, you name it. Cool. And just because we're in here, let's just take a look at our goalie stats. 906, that's fine. 10-2 and 4-2, 2 and 1. So Thompson's not done that good as backup. But whatever. Okay, so we gotta find trade targets. My bad. Jump the gun. So I think it's only going to be the trades we'll be able to finish for the rest of the stream, but whatever. Yeah, look at Matthews. Man, gets moved over to Edmonton. Him and McDavid are tearing it up. I could have kept Matthews, but 2 years left. Draisaitl's got 3, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, for the difference in production, for the cost difference, what was he again? 11.18. That's $3 million I saved for similar performance. Like, see, it's clear sometimes with just good management moves that you can have a way better team. Still, they're ahead of us in the standings, but in the end, it shouldn't work out that way. We should be top or whatever. See them in the playoffs and should beat them or whatever. Okay, so we've got a bit more stuff at play here. Because there's Nugent Hopkins. Now, Yamamoto. He's cheap. How many years left? 2 years. So I don't really like the time left, but worst case, we trade him next year if we can't re-sign him. But cap hit, $3 million, super cheap. He's a third line fit. So Yamamoto's a really solid pickup. Not ideal because you'd want more term, but he might be a perfect fit. Now, what was his thing there? I don't know what that island represents, but I should narrow by forwards. Just gonna think about forwards for now. So right now we're thinking about 4 million-ish cap hit. Guys that can come in. Seagrass I think is expiring. Yeah, he's gonna want a lot, and we probably can't afford him in the trade. Terry, I think same thing. Yeah. Connor. I don't think we could get him. Plus, if I remember correctly, his fit wasn't good. Top 6. I don't think we can get. Oh yeah, and he's signed again anyways, so that's not going to fit. Ehlers, what's his cap hit? 6 million. Can we save? I don't think we can save money on anybody, so it's going to have to be 4-ish million. Look at Marchessault up there, very good pickup. Krejci, I don't think, no, he doesn't fit anywhere that we want. At least we need a third liner. Killorn is a 4th, and he doesn't fit. Eberle, he's 5.5 million. Just outside of our range. And preferably, so what we want to do is maybe even shave off $1 million to $2 million from these trades, just because then that way we can have the roster spots and Yeah, actually, sorry, I think I meant to do this. So we do want to shave off about 2 million. So one of the two players is going to have to be like 3 million, and then maybe another one we shave off like 1.5 million. Lawton, what's his story? 4 years at 2.9 third line fit. So he's actually ideal with Yamamoto. So that might be our two moves right there. Who else? Oh, the other thing I want to, so I don't want to trade with teams that I have the lottery picks, because if in the trades, I might technically improve the team from moving a guy who might be better overall than what I actually get. Right now, we're more or less just trying to accomplish line fits to then get the performance on the lines as they should be, not necessarily the best player. So it's more team fit, line fit than it is necessarily skill. So yeah, anyways, long story short, we don't want to trade away guys that are going to improve teams that we have lottery picks on, because that's going to hurt the picks and then hurt what we're trying to accomplish in that too. So you got to be mindful of everything. So he's a third 3.2 two-way forward. What was Lawton? Is a two-way forward as well. So we'll write down Kapanen as well. So actually, all the guys right now are from teams we want to trade with, so that's good. See, it's funny, all the guys we could have kept are all doing quite well, but it was good we traded them. 2.5 for Bergeron, but he expires. We don't want that because he's going to ask for more for sure. Barabanov, line one, no. Silverberg's too expensive. Farabee, what's his story? Too expensive anyways. Claire, no line fits, unfortunately. But he would have been good. Sorelli's too expensive, but yeah. Garland, line 2. We want line 3. Line 1. Donato. He probably will be affordable, so he's a really good fit, actually. Donato with Seattle. How far do we go down? We've got 4 picks. We have 2 players, so we'll still have a look through a few more. Dawson Mercer. Oh, I should have checked that. So I forgot to check about the poise. I need it to be 80 or above, which is good. And I'm pretty sure the rest were fine. So, one thing I was thinking of I should check is what line they're currently on, because then I know if, because I don't know exactly how the computer, CPU, whatever sim thing works, how it decides how many points to assign to people. Because maybe it's because they're on good lines already and with really good players, and that's how they're doing so well. But what I want is where they're performing well on the line that they're going to be on with us. So, like, I think Donato is a perfect example of where he should line up properly, but we'll have to see. Was Pajot? I think he's he's too expensive. Hoffman's too expensive. Holla. I could have sworn he's also a third line fit. I'll write him down just in case. And I think he was affordable too. Yeah. What's his story? 2 million. Line 4 is no good. Then now we're getting to performance a bit lower than I kind of want. Well, and I mean, I have better options as well. Athanasio might be a good one. 3 million at third line. We'll write him down. With a team that we don't want to trade with, though, so we got to be mindful of that. No, I don't think we can afford him. Yeah, he's not a good fit anyways. Middlestat, what's your story? Nope. I don't like Roslovic as a person because I'm a Jets fan and he was with the Jets and I didn't like the way he was. So Batherson 4.9 is too expensive. Mangiapane too expensive. Okay, now we're just going to take a look at anybody who's been injured and on a per game basis has played well. Max Domi, I think, is on the list. So Chicago might be a good trade partner, even though don't want to trade with them really. I forget how much is Kyrou. Ooh, he's probably going to be expensive to re-sign though. But we'll write him down. Kyrou with St. Louis. Yeah, and he was third line. Keep going down. No. Carter? Nope. 10 and 16 is not bad. Oh, no wonder why. Oh, it's 10 and 17. Tomasino, good name. Line number 3. Poise is 75 though, so no dice. Now this is where, was there? Bjorkstrand. Line number 3. 5.4. Oh, he would be nice to have. From picking up Donato and Bjorkstrand, we might be able to, because the combination in cap hit might work. I'll write them down. And the 4 years makes that 5.4 very reasonable. There's 9 and 14s. That's decent enough. Keep looking. 8 and 12. He's not a fit. It's too bad. He looks good. Monahan's too expensive. 7 and 14, no. 7 and 16, 6 and 14. 5 and 14. 4 and 6, who's this? Foreman. 10. 75, no good. And then, I mean, it's not really, like, I mean, look, Armia technically. Fatty. I have enough to work with. And then we want defenseman. And we want some people that are affordable and fit. What's his cap? 6.1. What's, oops, wrong guy. He's already ours. 6.1 for Alice. So we need like 4 million or so. Dobson, looking good, Mr. Dobson. He's going to be a good fit. Don't want defensive defensemen. I think he's his trade value is probably too high. So I don't think I'll even bother looking. He's too expensive. He doesn't really fit anyways. $6 million is too expensive. Matheson, too expensive. Taves, really good fit. I don't like that it expires though. We'll write them down just in case. Can't get him. $6 million is too much. How much is he? 3.9. Still a bit pricey. Gostisbehere is a guy that I wanted, but he doesn't have a line fit. That's unfortunate. Keandre Miller. The poise is no good. He was tempting for a second though. Poise is no good. Dermott's not bad. Don't like that it expires, but might be worth it anyways. Now mind you, he would be taking the place as the depth guy. because he's only an 81. Rather than, or wait. No, yeah, so he actually wouldn't work. Anyways, I wrote him down, my reference back for some other reason. Too expensive, too expensive. Don't want defensive defenseman. Too expensive. Is he too oh, he doesn't fit anyway, so that makes it easier. Good fit, but slightly expensive. No fit. Too expensive. It's within range, but not quite. Too expensive. Top 4. He's not good enough to replace, really, though. Same story with him. So we passed the 2-hour mark, but I'm still going to finish this off just because. So what I'll do is go through. Doesn't fit. What I was going to say is I'll go through the trades, however long that takes. Or, I mean, what I could do is do it off stream and then show you the results afterwards, and then just prove that the trades, so save it and then prove that the trades worked. That could work too. Maybe leave it as like a cliffhanger and you guys can wonder what the trades are going to be. That's a good option. I like Orlov's fit. I'm just going to write him down. So yeah, I'll finish scanning through the players and then I'll do it off stream. And then you guys can see the results of the trades afterwards. Yeah, now we're going to need some really big missed time to pick anybody up. No. Defensive, so no. He's a good depth guy, but Justin Braun, too bad. Man, some of these guys have good points in very few games. 2.4. He's not bad, just the problem is the expiring contract. We'll consider him, write him down. Yeah, I don't think the rest is going to be worth looking into. So we got our list, so I'll just name them off. So we got Yamamoto is... So there's a couple negatives about a few of these players. So Yamamoto in particular, or I guess is an example of, he doesn't have the... so I like to have people in the high or exact potential category, because then you know for sure that they're going to be at the level they're supposed to be at. They don't require development and whatever. And he was at medium, so it's not certain yet, but he's been a point per game this season, so it's kind of a good idea. I was going to check the line combinations too. I might as well do that on stream. It shouldn't take crazy long. Where do you see that again? View lines. I hope it tells me for other teams. Yeah. Okay, so our I'll try to semi-do this in order. We'll start with Yamamoto. So Edmonton, he's playing on first line, so no wonder why he's a point per game. Now, he's going to be with good players on our team too. So I still think, like, look at that line, Matthews and McDavid. Jeez. So if we throw him on our third line, I think he's going to step in and play well. I mean, the cap hit's really good. So, yeah, he's a good option. We'll go to Chicago next. So Domi and Athanasiou. So Athanasiou, but he's playing with Kane, I guess. So maybe we might be able to pull something off for one or both of those guys. If it makes sense, we got to be careful again, like I said, because we have one of their draft picks and we don't want to improve them. And the players that we're going to trade are improvements on those guys. So just they might be a better fit with us. Next up is New Jersey, I believe. So Howla's playing on the second line, which is close enough to the third line, which makes sense. And like I said, I think I saw him as a third line fit as well. So for our team previously, so not a bad option, and he's performing on the second line, which is good. Next up is NOP, so that's Philly. Lawton's playing third line, so he's actually going to probably be an ideal pickup because he's a point per game basically, and he's playing third line, so I'm going to underline him on the document I have here. So that's going to be really interesting. Where does he play? Yeah, and he's only playing, second line power play, so he could be an ideal fit there. Pittsburgh was next for Kapanen. He's playing third line as well, so he might be ideal too. What's his... Yeah, it says penalty kill, but I have better guys to play on the penalty kill. So underline Kapanen. Now, was he... Yeah, see, he's medium again for his potential thing, and he's only 2 years, so not ideal. Lawton is, but Kapanen not as much. But he's towards ideal. Seattle. See, this is where they might be a very good partner. So Bjorkstrand fits our third line. He's been playing on the first line, so take from that as what you will. Where is Donato? Oh, he might be injured. Yeah, so it looks like he's injured. So we don't know about him, but Bjorkstrand, and I mean, maybe he can also play on other lines, so it's tempting. Now we can take a look. I think that's it for... Oh, we missed St. Louis. For Cairo, he's playing first line. Good cap hit, but he expires, and I don't like that. So he's an option. He's going to ask for too much money, nearly certainly. Anyways, he's an option, but so far Lawton looks like an ideal pickup. Maybe Yamamoto, Kapanen are kind of similar, and then the rest maybe after that. And then we want Islanders. I don't really need to know the line for defense, though. Dobson's second line is playing well, so that's good news. Colorado, Taves' first line, so we better be performing. Orlov, first line better perform. And then Nashville for Fabro. Second line he's performing, so that's good. Yeah, so anyways, I think that's basically it. So I'll do all the trades off stream, just so you guys don't have to wait around for, because it's very annoying, as I mentioned, where you try a 7th round pick and then you try a 6th round pick and you keep trying until you eventually get a trade to go through. That example doesn't really apply because I have no picks to trade, but yeah, it's just yeah, I don't want to waste everybody's time to watch all that. So that's what I'll do. So I'll save a second version of this, figure out the trades that go through, and then I'll show you the trades going through on the correct one, and then save it after that, so you can actually see the trades on the stream. It's just you don't have to wait for me to actually go through all the matching things up. So anyway, so we'll leave it there. If you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. Otherwise, channel homepage has upcoming streams. You should see that there's 2 new ones coming up. There's on... Just give me a sec, because I'm also trying to see if this shows up on your screen when I pull it up. So just to end the stream on my side on the PlayStation, I want to see if it pulls it up for you guys too. I don't think so. Today is Tuesday. So tomorrow, Wednesday, we have the series recaps for last round, the conference finals. And then on Friday, we're going to do the preview for the Stanley Cup final. But both at 3 p.m. Eastern, unless there's any changes. If there are, I'll update on the stream directly the change of time. But the days they're kind of set because, and on that note, actually, I maybe should have led with this, but I've changed the days for the streams of the franchise mode multiple times. I think it's set now. It should be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Give me a sec. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Yeah. So those should be for sure the same days for indefinitely. The time's going to change probably in about a month, but the days should be the same forever. Eventually, I think maybe in the next round, I'm going to add in streams for the Be a Pro. And then that should be set. And then otherwise, it's going to be series recap at the end of the Stanley Cup finals. And then I might not have a schedule for the rest of my other types of streams right away. I might just do the NHL 23 stuff, but we'll play that by ear. And yeah, so we'll leave it there. Any comments, leave them in the comments, suggestions, same thing. And actually, just on that note, I'll get out of this. And just to recap, so we currently sit tied for third, 12, 4, and 5, doing pretty well with some pretty high performers, our best being Draisaitl. And yeah, last, any comments, leave them in the comments, suggestions, same thing. And we'll see you tomorrow. I was going to say Thursday for this, but tomorrow for the series recaps. So again, 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for those. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys then.